Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids with a little bit of news for you here today. So first of all, we are still in the midst of this extra legendary event. Unfortunately for me, I am literally 3 shards since my last legendary from Ancient Shards, so it's not really worth the risk, especially with 2x Ancients coming this weekend. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That is confirmed. So lock it in. Not a surprise. But yeah, it's going to be the champion chase for Jetney the Giant, and it will be 2x Ancients. Now, at the same time, so on Friday and Saturday, we'll also have a 10x event. They've been doing these more frequently recently, and it's great to see. That 10x champion is none other than Ragash, which is, I think, quite a funky one. He was a guaranteed champion before, but quite a long time ago now. That was from Ancient Shards, in fact. He's very good for that. But you can see his ratings. 5 in Faction Wars. Actually very highly rated for Arena, Campaign. Just everywhere, honestly. He's very highly rated. This is a very strong champion. What's happening with Ragash? Well, his A2 is a 3-turn cooldown when booked AoE. It puts decreased defense on each enemy for 2 turns before attacking. The advantage of this, twofold. Number 1, he benefits from the decreased defense and he hits really hard. And number 2, he spares affinity, so he can weak hit magic affinity enemies. But because this is a place before attacking, it's not tied to the attack, so it doesn't weak hit. He just places it, so it just goes on. The only thing that gets in its way, really, is the 3% chance to resist, which is always there. Or I suppose polymorph in Arena, right? Then it also has a 75. These both booked 100% chance to stun for 1 turn after attacking. So the stun can obviously weak hit, so we can weak hit a magic affinity and not place the stun, but it's going to stun everyone else. This is an incredibly good move. AoE hits really hard, decreased defense on everyone, and a 100% chance to stun as well on a 3 turns insane. His A1 double hitter gives himself increased defense. His A3 puts strengthen and increased speed on your whole team, and puts perfect veil on himself for 2 turns. That's quite useful. And then his passive at the start of every one of his turns puts perfect veil on the ally with the highest attack. Nifty for Hydra, not so bad for Doom Tower, and Arena, pretty decent too. Also does 20% more damage against targets whose defense is lower than this champion's defense. So that is why his damage is so high, right? He is a defense-based champion. You're going to be building him with high defense. So his A1 and his A2 do actually hit really hard. He's a very good defense nuker, honestly, in Arena. The thing I really like about him, the perfect veil here, the perfect veil in his passive can be disruptive. He hits really hard. He's actually a really good affinity for Arena at the moment. And he does provide his own increased defense, so he will up his own damage, which is nice too. Though the downside is that, you're probably going to open with his A2, then maybe A3. It's kind of a long time before he gets the increased defense buff, but you might have it up for his second A2. So he works really well in live arena. This is a champion that is well worth using. I actually am intending to rebuild mine and to use mine more. He can also work in Hydra. I know MTG Jedi drafted him for the Hydra draft, so we'll see that in action. But if I jump in and I show you, I might do a whole video on this, but this is like my safe Doom Tower hard farm team, right? This team, I'll do a breakdown probably of these soon enough. 100% success rate, basically, for every single Doom Tower rotation, every single Doom Tower wave. So we've got some pretty obviously insane champions in here, but Ragash is amazing. He brings us the consistent decreased defense. He's bringing us the AoE stun, which is everything you want for these Doom Tower waves. Just lock them down, lock them out, stop them doing their stuff, and then we run him in combination with some other damage dealers as well. And he just slams. He's going to do good damage, but also be crowd controlling, speeding up the team. He brings us increased speed, though we do have that with Elva as well in this particular circumstance. The strengthen is nice, though. Very, very good option. Of course, Lydia is an option, too, that everyone will get eventually that can help you Doom Tower hard. So she's a great alternative. The difference between the two, Lydia is more consistent because of the Void affinity, but Ragash will do more damage, and he brings that stun, which is crucial. Like right there, he went in and he stunned Sifi, so she missed her turn, which is really good. Then we can get the provokes off and we go, and we've turned off the Sifi passive, so we kept the debuffs on the Rotai, so it works really, really well. We could talk more about this team in another video, but Ragash, he's excellent here for this team. Like I said, Lydia sort of comes in and does the job. Let's see the damage that they did. Yeah, so Ragash, he's not doing bad damage, right? But I mean, the others are doing good. I don't have mine built for damage right now, but you can build him for damage, and he slams. I've actually seen a bunch in live arena too, so it's well sort of worthwhile. Should you be pulling for this? 10x on Ancients is pretty weak, honestly. That's the deal. The 10x on Ancients is very, very weak. I think you still have only about a 6% chance to get that legendary, but if you are pulling for Jetney fragments, which a good chunk of you might be, it's one of the most skipped fusions we've had recently. But if you're still pulling for Jetney, Ragash is a good one to pop out. Like I said, I already have him. Would he be exciting for me? It would give me 30 accuracy resistance for Skinwalkers. That's pretty good. So I can't complain about that. And Ragash is also a champion that could be worth empowering later on. He's also going to combo particularly well with Sifi, or if there's ever a champion like Sifi in the future. I know Elva is like her, but what I mean is in terms of a good go first sort of champion that brings you increased defense. It's something that's quite lacking at the moment in the game in terms of arena. Sifi's the main defensive nuker enabler. Ragash somewhat enables himself, but yeah, getting that in elsewise, another champion like that would make Ragash even better. So there you are. Look, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, found it interesting. Let me know, are you pulling shards this weekend? I am going to pull just enough for the Jetney fragments. Then I'm going to save up. There is obviously a possibility. They haven't done a guaranteed ancient champion in ages. There's a possibility they could do one after the extra legendary, the 2x ancients with a 10x. Seems like the time that they would do it. So, and yeah, I mean, seeing as they've dropped all these ancient events, I mean, it does look more and more likely, doesn't it, that Alsgore Crimson Horn could be a guaranteed champion from ancient charts. Could see it happening now, actually, for sure. Goes alongside the Jetney event. We've had a lot of ancient draining events. We haven't had an ancient guaranteed in ages, and he's a really big progression champion with the block buffs for 2 turns on a 4 turn, the buff strip and all that. Reviews for him, and people like him in arena, liking him just in general. Actually, people really liking him. So I could totally see that happening now at this point. I wasn't on that ride before. I was kind of feeling like, they'll do a champion training tournament for him. But with all of these ancient chart events, and especially with the Jetney fusion not being that hype, I could totally see them dropping in the Alsgore thing now to like make people regret not doing the Jetney fusion and to get people to buy shards to get him. Call of the Arbiter is launching in just over 1 day. You can track it here in game, so I definitely stay tuned for that. Remember, there are going to be bonuses for sharing the episodes. That's cool. And there's also bonuses for watching the episode. Have I not watched it? Oh no, I guess I need to watch it to get the reward. Bamboozled. They caught me. I actually did watch it, but on my phone. Oh well. So yeah, I would stay tuned for this. There's going to be some stuff. I think they've also said there are going to be promo codes tied into this. So I'll try to share those promo codes with you, like hidden in the episode as soon as we find them. So I'll give you that info on the channel. And there's, of course, the possibility that the login legendary tied into this, Call of the Arbiter, could start tomorrow. It might start later in the series when that character actually appears in the series, because it is one of the new characters from the series. But we shall see. But yeah, that's just something for you guys to note. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about all of this stuff. And also don't forget about the Deadwood Jedi Creator Clash for Hydra. Video on that coming out later on the channel featuring a special guest. So I will see you all for that. See you soon. Goodbye.